Good morning, hello, and happy Thursday. We're almost to the end of the week. Uh, let's see. Today we're going to be continuing to work on this project, the deck of cards simulator, and let's see. We're joining a room. That's what we're doing. So right now we can create a room, and I believe that adds us into a struct. So now we want to do it when we join the room. It does the same thing, except we probably want to like return an error and probably start having messages come back in the case that it couldn't return that. So I actually remembered and set ourselves up for a success this morning. What are you doing open? Don't be open. But close. Oh, okay. Apparently I can't close that. Okay, so I can, let's see, we can get the command join room. There's obviously really? Oh, right, because I sent an empty string. That's what I sent. Oh, okay. So this will be perfect because we can see this as an error message and then send that as a response back saying, hey, there is no room code with an empty string. So what is that gonna look like? In our main state, so we have command join room. That means right here. Okay, join room. We're just debugging this incoming message, okay? And that's what we see down here. So we can get the room code out of that. Well, I guess I don't need to. I can just send the message in, can't I? Ooh, and T is here. Thank you. Okay, so in our main state, we have create room, but we don't have a join room. So we're gonna have a join room. So we're gonna take in the, I guess like the room code. So the code is gonna be a string. We might as well take ownership of that because it's just end of the line here. Although you know what? Now that I think about it, it's actually we don't need to take ownership of it because there's no reason to use it. When we get mute, we still only need a stir. So we might as well just get a string slice here. And then we need the address, which is this socket address. We are not going to return anything. No, let's return a result, but nothing inside of it. So the first thing we want to do is grab the rooms. Okay, so find the room. That room. Okay, so this is going to give us an option. So we really want this to be an if let. If let room, if let sum, room equals to you. We get this room. This is great. We're then going to say room dot push our address. Okay, congratulations. You're in the room. Now, if it's something else, and I guess we could just do an okay return here too. In fact, that might be nicer. We're just gonna return okay. I don't need an else. Then we can say, hey, we're gonna bail. And our bail is gonna be room with code doesn't exist. I think that's how bail works. Yeah, it works exactly that way. Okay, so now taking that, now we're gonna come back to here. We know that we're going to join the room, so we do need that code out of here. So let's get that code. We know that if we're in the join room, well, okay, this is another potential area where a message comes in. So, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. If let, what is it called in incoming code? It's just room underscore code. So let some code equals incoming message room code. Okay, so grab that out of there. Now I don't even need to take ownership of it. We can just get a reference to that. Once we do that, we're going to. So I guess, how do I want to handle this? Let's do it this way, and then we might have to refactor it. Because like if this is an error here, we should send a message. Yeah, okay, so we have a state send message to address. Oh, and this message. Yeah, so we can create a new message and it has the code. So that'll be fine. So we can do that too. Okay, so if let some code. So extract the code here. And then we're going to tell it to join the room. So state that join room. Oh, we have to do this entire thing. State block unwrap. Then if let error. Yeah, because I want to handle the error here. So if let okay. Code. I mean, I guess we could just match off of this. We want to create the message, right? So I kind of want to start creating the message here. I wonder if like this pattern, this would be where like the builder pattern would come in really nicely, isn't it? So like if we do let new message equals, yeah, outgoing message new. Because like what if it doesn't have a code? Yeah, we have like a room code, which is this option. Can default work with you? so outgoing message default. Okay, so we're going to create this here. Then we're going to get our state. Then we're going to join the code, and if there's an error, we continue to not have a code, but now we're going to have a message. So if let error, and this is going to be equals to state dot join room, pass it that code, pass it our address. Okay, so we now have this error. So if this is an error, we need to add this to the message. Now this is a report, but I think we can get a toString off of that. So for outgoing message, let's also have like an error, which is an option with a string inside. So then our message dot what? Message dot what are you? Yeah, message dot error. Oh, public. Oh, you know what I can do? Okay, instead of doing public like that, we can do a set error. So we import there the function that set error. Then we'll have the error, which is a string. We don't return anything. And then we're going to set this error. Okay, so there we go. That's what we're going to do. Okay, so set error. Now I want to do error dot. Can I do error dot into? Is that going to work? No, that's not going to work. Okay, so can you do toString? Yes, that works. Okay. Probably a format would work too. Okay, so that we set the error now. If there's an error when we try to join the room. Okay, so then we have the room code. Oh, and then, so this is where we can set the code based upon this, right? Because like if there isn't an error, we want to clear the room code. And perhaps I never need to do that directly. It's more of if there's no error, then I guess like it would be an else, right? It's like we're going to join the room. So if else, that means there was no error. I want to join the room. So set room code. And then this is going to be our code, and we'll just clone it. Okay, so now our message is set up. Now, okay, so if let some incoming message room. So if the code wasn't passed in, we need, so we're not going to be setting the room code because it's not set. So now we can just set a message. Message dot set error. And this has to be a string. So no room code passed in. Then at the bottom of all of this, time to send this out. So state dot send message. Oh, that's only happening here. So we need send message to address. So we give it the address and we give it a reference to the message. And then this we can probably unwrap because, like, I don't know if we need to unwrap it or not. I'll go there until we actually get an error. Found keyword. Wait. Nope, we're good. Okay, so. Kind of need two of you. Oh, come on. Let me move you over there. Chantilly, hello, good morning. And Lumacode, hello. All right, so we have both these set up. Here, you're gonna be the create game. So we're now in game 5869. In there. We join with room code, and I probably should have looked at the network for WebSocket. Access restriction protocols. Oh, did we get anything? Do we even send anything like with that? So when we hit join room, I believe we send out. It's like, here's our backend. Incoming connection. Oh, I think we're not debugging any of this stuff anymore. So we're not seeing that. Okay, so front end. In our store. Join room. Okay, so we're gonna send this message. Join room with room code. Okay, that's great. Now we should get a message back. Yeah, when we get a message back, I want to make sure we're actually logging these out. So console.log for right now, at least. Peppo Viola, hello, good morning. And this is going to be event, just a message. Okay, so you're going to be fine. Back to you. Okay, so we want to create the room, and we get this back. Room code 8421. For you, 421. Room code 8421, error null. Okay, so we successfully joined the room. Perhaps a message would be really nice to like display in the message. That I think that would be good. So let's set that up too. So like we have an error, but I also want just a message which could be an option with a string. I think all these are just going to end up being options with strings. Okay, so we set that. You are also going to be message and until eventually I just, yeah, let's just bite the bullet and get rid of you. You're not helpful to us. So I know we're gonna get you as an error because we create this incoming message equals outgoing message. Right here, outgoing message. So we're gonna do this as a default. We're gonna make you mutable. Then we're going to do message.set code, set room code, and pass it in the code. There we go. Now here, when we're creating the game, Caleb Dev, hello. Good morning. So when we create the game, we send a message. Okay, so before we set the message, let's also do message dot set message. I am doing good today. It's been one of those weeks where like nothing bad is happening, but I'm still just like tired. Like all day. So I mean that's fun. Maybe it's also because it's so hot that I have to have like the fan on all day, and then I can't have armor on overnight, which is like the blankets to prevent Zilby from like attacking my feet. But beyond that, nothing to complain about. Okay, so for our message, the message here is going to be game created. Invite people with the room code above. And then down here. So if we're successful, so we set the room code here. Is this another stream game? Yeah, so commission is probably too strong of a word for this. I wanted to learn multiplayer stuff, and so I started, doing this. And then my parents actually asked me to make them a sort of like a virtual deck of cards that they could play, any kind of card game with their friends and family over Zoom. Since like we're spread out over many states, so even after the pandemic is done, we still can't hang out together just every weekend or so. So this will be a way to do that. And it's a nice way to enhance learnings of Rust. Yes, both are true. And so we're using WebSockets as the back end, and so far it's been pretty good. A concrete project for family, yeah. And this will essentially be the first project that I'm doing that's going to be used by someone else, which is going to be interesting. Like all my professional projects, obviously, like, the ones I do at work are used by other people, but like my personal projects, I don't know if I've actually had someone else use one before, especially like a game. So this will be really interesting and probably nerve-wracking. Okay, so we're gonna set the message here. Our message here is gonna be room joined. Your stream games kind of count as other people. Okay, that is true. I probably shouldn't sell myself too short. It's maybe it's more. It's the first time that somebody could potentially use this without my direct supervision. How about that? That might be there. Okay, so we set this message and then we're gonna send that out. What are you upset about? You also need to be a string. Okay, so that's great. We can come back to here now. We should be able to create the game and game created, invite people to come root about. Okay, so we want to replace that message now. So inside of here, I don't actually want this message to be done at that point of time. Now we want to set the message down here. So we have this message equals that. So we're gonna do another commit. I think it's just set message. Yeah. And that's gonna be message dot message. I believe. Yes. Oscar Ellen, hello, good morning. You're upset because there's no commit to be used anymore. That's fine. Okay, so there. Okay, so reset, create game. Now we get that message from the server. So that's awesome. This also means that now we can reset the server and like change things around, and then the client is still gonna be fine. Now, if I want to join the wrong room, we don't get okay, so room code. So message wasn't set. Oh, okay. So I need to, if there is an error, put that into message. So when we get our message coming in, handle this message. So we shouldn't just set this message blindly. We should let message to display equals, it's gonna be one or the other, right? So it's gonna be message dot here. If it's okay, message dot error. If message dot error exists, then message dot message. No, what error? Or message dot message, and then this becomes message to display. Caleb, you swear I'm dyslexic because you read the file extensions as RS and not JS. Oh, these ones. Yeah, well, that's also because like most of my stuff has been Rust. So, I mean, it's usually safe to just assume that they're all RS. You're seeing a lot of words lately as completely different words. That's interesting. So I am dyslexic, although like I'm not super dyslexic like some people, but every once in a while, especially if I'm tired, the words do swim around the screen for me and sort of like become fuzzy. What I found really helps me is just concentrations, like caffeine, concentrating, slowing myself down more, changing the font. Yeah, like all of those things can help. So here's you all. Let's see. Now what? There, display that. Okay, so refresh, refresh. Performance enhancing drugs. Yeah, exactly. I used to joke that that when I was like, okay, time to take my performance enhancing drug, you know, at work, it's like just a cat, just like an energy drink. Oh, I think it's because basically you just watch Togglebit, and yeah, he's doing only rest too. He's doing like very low level rest. All right, so game invited. Now, if I join with room, the wrong room, okay, we get that error, but now I do it right. We're gonna do 8, 5, 7, 8. Room joined. Now, if we take a look at our view X, we actually did join the room. So we need to navigate over to. Now, when are we going to do that? We're going to have to do that when we tell it to join a room. We have this. There's no good way to emit down, but what we can do actually, look at this. Okay, so we send that out. When do we set the room code? Like we have this room code. It's default to 0. Set room code is okay. So on message, if there is a room, so we should probably do this as like if there is a room code, we're gonna set that. And we probably want to do something like now check to see what the action was. But I'm thinking now, when room code is changed, we're gonna switch over to that. And that should probably happen in app here. And right now, I believe in home, we're doing this router push to rooms, and I want to stop doing that. So we're now gonna, in create game, we're gonna set the game that we're gonna create. Our watches will all happen in app here. So we're gonna also watch room code, right? So we have a computed property for code. What is it? It is room code. So we're also going to watch room code. So we're going to have a handler. For this handler, we're going to probably like switch to room. Maybe navigate to room, just to be extremely explicit. So first of all, I want to console log because I'm curious, is this going to run every single time? So navigating to room, and then we're going to do this dot router push, and then I can just do this dot room code. Wait, no, it's not that simple. Oh, it is just that simple. Let's just go to this dot rooms. See, now in this case, I can do this again. I can now do like room code or like the ID of the room. I could do this now. So we're gonna push to /rooms/ and then this dot room code. So I think that's gonna work now. Okay, so we're gonna create game, navigating to room, and now we're in rooms 3661 up here. So that's a, like, this is a lot better. It makes me feel better about like how the router is working now. So okay, navigating to room, and if I join, well, that's cool. Thank you. It's the first time I've had Firefox dev mode crash on me like that, especially like both of them at the same time. Was it the WebSocket that crashed? So, great game. 1964. Room joined. Okay, navigating to room. I don't have like anything else, so I'm gonna leave that. So this works. Like this is all working just fine. So this is fine. Okay. I don't have any other message that I can send at this point in time. I guess like if I head back into here. Oh, but that's still not going to send anything, is it? Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just going to keep it as it is right now. The concern that I'm having is right now in our store, we're just constantly setting this room code. So I am wondering if we're going to be constantly navigating to that, or if the watch, like, is the watch actually looking for a change, or is the watch looking for a change? If that makes sense, because like it's being reset to the same value. So if it's checking the values against each other and saying, "Oh no, that didn't actually change value," but if it got reset to like another value that just happens to be the same, like will that trigger it too? The easy way to like to figure that out is to change this message when this comes in, figure out like what the event happening is, and then like probably do more dispatches to sort of like handle those properly. Like I don't know, like setting the room or like switching to the room or something like that. I'm not going to worry about that right this second, but when we get there, we're definitely going to have to worry about that. However, that was join a room. So I can mark that off as done. And we can close all of these windows up. I usually like to like sort of like start with a clean slate for every new feature. And let's commit. Okay, so handle joining a room that doesn't exist. I think we've got that. So if we come back to here, so if I try to join this room code, oh, look at that. Room code doesn't exist, but so we did, yeah. Look at this, it went to null. So it successfully switched us to null here. If we take a look at view, which, okay. View X. Yeah, our room code is null. So we want to make sure in this navigate to room, we're only going to do this if the room code is not null. So if this dot room code, well, I guess we could do an early exit, right? So if not this room code, then we're just going to return early. And you use that as a bit of a guard class. So then back into here. There, now we stay here and our room code is still null. So even if we create a game, we come back to here, we try to join, it doesn't take us in there. Room code is now null. So, I mean, that's a positive. You know, I suppose one way for us to test this here. So let's create a game. We're in 3689. So we can see that here. So if I try to join 3689, so it is checking the actual value and not just that it was set even to the same thing, which is interesting. So what that tells me is that when I navigate back to this home, I should reset the state so that we don't have a room code inside. But that's awesome. That means I can just constantly set a room code over and over again. And if the room gets destroyed for some reason, like for example, the host cancels, like everybody leaves, then you can't go back into it, or it times out, whatever you want to do. So I think this will work, but that does mean unmounted. I want to probably emit out to reset the room code. So let's go into our store here, and we're gonna have a do we have like an init? Connect to server. Okay, let's have like reset state. Yeah, I think it's gonna be like reset state. And take in commit. And what we care about is that room code is reset, and that's it. We can also have it reset the WebSocket. That could be interesting, but I'm not going to worry about that right this second. Okay, so we're going to do a commit. What is it? Set room code? Set room code. We're going to set to null. So now if I create the game, here we are with this room code. If I head back to here, Oh, this doesn't mount it. Okay. There's, okay, so it didn't remount because it was already mounted. Oh, wait. No. Or we could dispatch the event we just created. I mean, that could potentially be helpful. So if I do that, let's try this again. Here, create the game, back to here, load the state. Okay, so our room code is set to that. Wait. Yeah, okay. So mounted doesn't happen again. There is... Okay, so there's before update activated. Activated maybe? Okay, so we have null for room code, create a game, we have a room code, back to here. Yeah, it doesn't reset. So coming back to this one doesn't reset us, which is a bit unfortunate. Yeah, okay, so that... What do we got? We want view lifecycle methods. So update is when data changes. Activate isn't a thing, according to this. So mounted isn't happening. So okay, we do before create, we do created. Before mounted. Then there's this updated thing. That's when like data changes. I am curious. Let's take a look at events. Okay, so if I create a game. Yeah, okay. So there's no events when I reset this back. So now this is using in-app we're just doing this router link 2. But I don't know if that's helpful for us because we can't catch that our URL changed. Now I could do a method here, and then that could emit. This is app, right? So let's just do that. Let's So when we click that, that's gonna reset ourselves. So I almost don't want this to be a router link 2 anymore. I kind of now want you to just be this, and we're gonna have a click. And this is like reset. And in methods, we're gonna have a reset game. And we're gonna move you down here. Then we don't need this activated anymore. Okay, so create the game. We see we have this room code. We also see we have 6 errors. Property method reset state is not defined on the instance, but referenced during render. Oh, reset state. Should probably name the method correctly. I heard that helps. Oh, I can't go back now. This isn't clickable. I wanted to set, okay, I wanted this H1 to be clickable. That's too bad. We can do a v click, v on click. It's been forever since I did like v on stuff. Is it this? It very much doesn't like that. I almost always do the ats. I've done something wrong. Event handling. Oh, beyond colon click. That's what it is. Like that. Yeah, I can't click on this. Yeah, and that doesn't take me back. Okay, so oh wait. This isn't taking us back. This isn't doing anything. This dot router dot push. Go like that too. Do both those things. Oh, there we go. Okay, hold on. Let's try this again. So, in view, we have null for room code. Create game. Room code has this. Click on here. We're back to here, and room code is back null again. Okay, so then to make this like actually make sense, we should have like the pointer over it. So that's a CSS change that we can do right here. So we have this hands on. Let's also give you a class of clickable. Cursor pointer. So now I get that sort of over it. So it looks like it feels like a link now when I click on this. And we get an error. Oh, navigation duplicated, avoided redundant navigation to current location. We should probably handle that. So, oh, interesting. So our reset state. So I should probably handle navigating to room. We're just going to reset the state. Now here in this navigate to room from this watch. So if there is no room code, and our current location is in a room, I guess like if we want to do an early return, right? If there is no room code and we're at home, so and this dot route dot name is equal to home. We want to return. If we don't have a room code and our room name is not home, we want to navigate to home. So perhaps we should change this. Okay, so if maybe so this is a guard here. So if no room code and our route name is home, then if not this dot code, and this dot route name is not equal to home, then we want to push to home. So this dot router push slash. Okay, so and then finally we probably want else's then, don't we? Or maybe I can do a return. Oh, well, if you're going to refactor that way, then I might as well do this. Okay, so return. Okay, so then else if. So in this case, we now have a room code. So this dot room code. And I don't need this console log anymore. I think this will do all the things we want it to do. Okay, so we can create a game and we come into here. We can head back and we can join the game. And head back. Okay, so it allows us to do all those things. And I can join this game as many times as I want. So, good, good, good. Okay, so that is handle joining a room that doesn't exist. That's also done. So if I try to join that, it just keeps me here and we're good to go. Handle the WebSocket dropped. So this is something that I've been thinking about. Is it kind of sucks a lot if our WebSocket gets dropped, which also happens every time that we reset the server. So in here, we're going to, handle WebSocket errors, handle WebSocket messages. Let's also put in a handle WebSocket drops. So right now, you can do state.websocket. Add event listener. I think it's drop. And I want to just console.log the event. So if we do this and like heck, I'm curious, will just updating our code be enough for that? It's like if I that save. No, the WebSocket is still alive. And we see that here. But if I go to our backend and I think even if I just like add in something here, hit save. Here's, oh, it's not even a dropped. This is an error. Wait, did we actually get a message like that? Oh, that's pretty cool. I forgot that we had that set up. So we have errors handled here. So we're setting the error at this point in time. That's what got caught. So when the server reboots, we get an error. Now what this error is, like there's not much here, is there? The connection to that was interrupted while the page was loading. You actually have... Yeah, we have the actual error. So how do I want to handle this? If we have this error, do I want to retry? Or if we have this error here, we probably want to kill the WebSocket. Just like reset that to nothing. And then re-add ourselves back again. As like another, like reestablish that. Now I've seen a couple different ways that this pattern works. Like one, it's just like a message, hey, like hit reset in order to like play. So we can just like use, can I connect to game server? Please try again later. We can have a button that like shows up somewhere to tell it to like refresh and like retry. I think if we have like a state, WebSocket failed, and you're a Boolean, so you start with false. In app, you can have socket failed. Okay, so that's showing to false right now, so that's what we want. Then we would want something like up here, like a little button. We have this custom button. I don't use it. So let's see. Reset connection. So it's showing, okay. Reset connection there. And then I want you to only be this one. So vif. And this is gonna be socket. So it's not going to display there unless our WebSocket has failed. Well, that's lovely. I can't click this to go back to nothing anymore. Because when we mount in a room, no, mount is a function. When we mount in a room, we should check to see the room code. If there is no room code, so if not room code. Then I want to dot router push, just take me back home. Yeah, look at that. Okay, so if I create a game and I hit refresh, we're back to here again. So that works with that. Now this doesn't really handle the WebSocket being dropped properly, yet at least. So in here we have this custom button for if the WebSocket failed. When we press that, we're gonna want to reset our WebSocket. It's like to reconnect again. Now, is there a method on a WebSocket that allows us to just retry the connection? So like to reestablish that? When we create that, here's where our connect to server is. We actually have a WebSocket. Let's see. If I do WebSocket dot I don't see anything. Like these are the events that could happen. Then it's just done again. So it's almost like we want to create a new WebSocket again. So if that were the case, then we want to connect to server. So if this button gets clicked, so this happens on mounted, we connect to server. So what I think we want to do is have like a method connect to server. And we're just going to dispatch connect to server down here. And then we can just do this dot connect to server. But then also, if this button happens, you also will be an at click connect to server. So, and then finally, when we get this error, we commit send message, and then also I want to then do a commit set WebSocket to null. It's like reset you back down. So in that case, I don't need a WebSocket failed anymore. This doesn't, I don't need that. In app, WebSocket failed. We don't even need to listen for this anymore. Okay, so WebSocket failed. This is going to return true or false to see whether or not we even have a WebSocket. So return, there's a trick in JavaScript to convert anything into a Boolean, and that's bang bang. So it's going to be this dot store.state.websocket. So if it has something in there, it'll be true. If it's null, it's going to be false. So I think this will work here. So now hit refresh. We have a website. Okay, we have a WebSocket. Yeah, we have this WebSocket here, which is a WebSocket for app. WebSocket failed is, oh, just not. Like, I don't need to like convert it into like a true or false. WebSocket failed is just the opposite of whether or not that's true. So here we go. Okay, so nothing's showing up in here. That's fine. I'm going to come back to our back end and I'm going to delete this, hit save. And now connect to game server. Please try again later. Reset connection is here. If I, okay, so it was interrupted. If I hit this, we're connected again. We now have a WebSocket again. And we can now create game and do all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. Now our message didn't get reset. So we should, I think there's an open. There's message. Join room. I guess, okay, yeah. WebSocket equals new this. We commit there. We can also commit message to connected to server. I think that does that for us now. Okay, so refresh, connected to server. We're good to go. Come back to here. Add in something, hit save. Cannot connect to game server. At this point in time, our WebSocket is null. And we have these two errors. I reset connection. Our WebSocket is now WebSocket again, and we're back to connected to server. There we go. That's what we wanted to see. So now it'll be easy. I don't have to constantly hit reset anymore. And it doesn't matter if I'm in a game or not. That will just pop up for us. So that's pretty awesome. So now we can handle the WebSocket being dropped. Return errors when they happen. I'm also doing that. Okay, so that's like everything that we have on my to-do list. So what's next? We've got like create game, join room with game. I probably want to like make this look a little bit better. Now I went out and I looked at the Jackbox site. I think it actually is going to be pretty easy for us to like mimic the landing page of that. I think it's jackbox.tv. This is what it is. We just have a header with, it's not really navigation. I don't need like this navigation thing. It's just really just going to be, hey, this is going to be the title of it. And then probably up here, we'll have a reconnect right next to it. And then we'll have like our create new game and then, or join game. That'll be it. I think that'll be pretty simple for us to duplicate. Heck, we're almost there with how lovely ours is. Now that being said, what is next for us? We want to probably commit. This is handling errors. What's great is like these last two things were just front end only. Didn't have to touch the back end. So I probably just to make sure that things are working correctly, I think we should have a chat system set up. Even if this is not something that's going to be used, I think the chat system is probably going to be the easiest way for us to determine, are we actually in the same room and communicating with each other? And also, if we're in different rooms, can we not communicate with each other? So resetting, what we're going for here. We are going to, that Notepad doesn't have like dark mode, does it? No. What? This calls for a terminal. Actually, where even is this? Properties. You're in document, screens, tasks. Okay. So this is in documents, screen, tasks. All right, so here's our morning. Them. Morning. Ooh, have fun. Okay. Close these off. Okay, what's up? We are going to next, I guess like we have the rooms, we've joined the rooms. We want to like set up a chat system. So we want to be able to send, I don't think I care about having the server store messages that are sent back and forth. So for chat, it's just going to be like whatever is sent, that's what's caught. Similar to what I think Zoom does right now. They don't really care. Well, they do capture them for recording purposes, but if you like you join afterwards, all those historical messages are gone. I'm not going to like replay them to you. So let's just have it like it will emit out to like everyone else in the room. So we can send messages to everyone else in the room. Let's see. Display messages from everyone in the room. And we also want to cannot send / receive messages from other rooms. All right. That's what we're going to work on next. So that should have, yep, that's updated right above me. So I think that's what we're going to do starting tomorrow morning. It's after 8:15, so I don't know if it's a good time for me to like start a new feature like this. I don't really have enough time. I usually start winding down the stream around 8:15. So I think this is about the perfect time.